Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Soaxx and today we're going to take a look at the Tier 6 US destroyer, the U.S.S. Farragut. Now if you like this video, please smash the thumbs up, comment down below, and if you would like to see more how-to videos, please consider subscribing. The Farragut class was a series of 8 destroyers built for the US Navy between 1932 and 1935. They were the first destroyers built for the US Navy since the Clemson class 12 years prior. They were limited to under 1,500 tons displacement by the London Navy Treaty of 1930. So what is she like in World of Warships? I'm glad you asked. Should we take a closer look at her? She has 5 127mm guns in 5 turrets. She has 2 quad torpedo launchers with a range of 6.4 km with a top speed of 64 knots. She has a top speed of 36.5 knots with a rudder shift time of 2.7 seconds. She has 11,500 hit points with an AA rating of 21 and a concealment of 6.6 km with the captain perk concealment and camouflage. I am currently running these upgrades on her: Main Elements Mod 1, Aiming Systems Mod 1, Propulsion Mod 1 and Propulsion Mod 2. And I currently have these commander skills on my captain: Preventative Maintenance, Last Stand, Demolition Expert, Concealment, Adrenaline Rush, and I have just unlocked Survivability Expert. Now the US Farragut is a fast firing knife fighting DD. She has competitive concealment at her tier if you have the captain skill Concealment Expert, but if you don't have the tier 4 perk then you may struggle. But good news! You have fantastic smokes which puff for 26 seconds so you can cover a big area not only for yourself but for your team too. And it also lasts for 2 minutes, which is one of the best smokes in the game. Now, as your torpedoes have a range of 6.4 km, you will never be launching them from stealth, so you need to use islands and smoke to get close to the enemy for sneaky attacks. Now the true strength for the Farragut is her guns at close to mid-range. At 5 to 9 km and with a quick reload you can really put the hurt on the enemy, but as soon as you go to long ranges, 10 km plus, you will find it hard to hit fast moving targets because of the lazy shell arcs. So you will need to focus on slow moving battleships and set them afire. Now don't just take my word for it, should we take her into battle and see, shall we? Now as you can see, this is a tier 6 battle and Matchmaker has been very kind to me because obviously you're in that tier 5 to tier 6 bracket and 9 times out of 10 you will be getting up tiered to tier 7 and tier 8 games, so it's nice to actually get a tier 6 game. Looking at the team list, you can see we have 4 carriers, 2 on each team, so that may be a bit of a problem if they know how to sail them and keep us spotted, but well, we'll see. The only other thing I can really see being an issue is the Ognivore if he knows how to play him. As you can see, we spawned in the south spawn point near our base and my initial thoughts were, right, I'm going to head north towards these islands because like I said before, you need to be sneaky in a US destroyer. So I was going to plan on heading towards these 2 islands up to the north and see if I can do some work around them. As you can see, we've got 3 battleships, a cruiser and another DD that spawned with us, and also one of the aircraft carriers. What I think my team in the north are about to do is run like the wind and head south as quick as they possibly can because they are going to be slightly outnumbered up there and I think they want to come down and join us down the south. So I'm pushing forward. As you can see, I'm the furthest forward because that's the job of a DD really. I mean, you've got to push, you've got to scout, you've got to spot the enemies for your bigger battleships that like to sit on the back, don't want to get too close and engage because obviously they could get torpedoed and destroyed quite easily. But yeah, and hopefully our carrier is going to send some aircraft over to the west, I believe, and see if they can spot some planes or spot some ships for us and not just leave it down to us DDs to spot the enemy. Right, as you can see, we have Boot Pilot who's just popped up in his Bayern and he seems to be pushing forward quite aggressively, so I'm going to rotate round and head south in a minute, I believe. And there you go, there's the Koenig as well, Ifar I believe his name is. So we're going to head south and see if we can cut them off and maybe see if we can put down some fire on them from our smoke. You can see the planes flying overhead now. They're heading towards the Bayern, I believe, and we have a Fur Attacker that's popped up too. The cruiser and the destroyer in the south have decided to, yeah, they don't want none of this. They're going to head south and stay away from the battleships. I'm trying to get in range and some airplanes pop up and I start to panic a little bit here. And there's the Ognivoy. Right, okay, I decided not to fire on the Ognivoy because there's a lot of ships looking this way. And if I open fire now, they'll probably all target me and try and wipe me out. The aircraft carrier looks like he's going to hit a couple of torps on the Bayern. Yep, that's 2 torps. So now what I was going to do is I was going to hold my fire, let his damage control, because no doubt he got flooded, let his damage control cool down, and then I'm going to open fire and try and set some fires and get them to stick. This is the key to sailing a DD, like a gunboat. You know, you need to get fires on the ships, make them use their damage control, and then let it run out. And then keep firing and hopefully set fires and they will stick, and that's when you will see your damage totals skyrocket. But yeah, by the looks of it, I'm not getting too lucky with the fires at the moment. Oh, someone else has, but not me. Okay. Still no fires. Come on, what is wrong? I mean, I've got quite a high percentage in my fire. I think it's 8% with these guns. So it's just R&G being a pain in the bum at the moment. But hopefully I will get a fire soon. Have you noticed I'm detected and I've not popped my smoke? The thing is, there is no fast firing accurate ships on the enemy team that can focus fire me at the moment. You've got 2 battleships, we've got a DD and the cruiser, but none of them are firing at me. So, and I know for a fact, oh, there's the fire at last, a bit late, but I know for a fact that if they're going to shoot, they're going to have bad dispersion, and they're at quite a long range, you know, 10 to 11 kilometres. So I don't mind firing when I'm not in smoke. It's not an issue because I can dodge. I'm fast, you know. That's it. I can draw their fire. If they want to fire at me, great. They will fire at me. They're going to have a hard time hitting me, and it takes fire away from my enemies. So that is a key point in sailing a destroyer. You want to be targeted, unless it's a Japanese destroyer, obviously. Then you want to be sneaky. But yeah. So right, okay. Raijo just sunk the Ziahu, and our Bayern, well, believe it or not, the sunk the Matsuki, who really did overcommit there and push too far forward. So I'm going to head towards these battleships and hopefully lay a smoke for them, because that is what is good about a USDD. The smoke. You know, you want to lay smoke for your allies. You want to give them somewhere to hide and then continue spotting from. I know you don't get any experience for it at the moment, really, but team play. If you want to win, you need to be able to play in a team. So I'm going to keep up the fire on the Koenig here, EFA, see if I can get some fires. And it looks like it's T22, is it? And it's pushing hard on... Oh, a little bit of a love tap there. But I got a little bit close. Oh, it's the Gnevny, sorry. The Gnevny is going to sink the Independence, which is great. But the Ognivoy is close on his tail. I've just dropped my smoke for the battleships behind me, and I'm letting them know in chat that I've dropped smoke. One of them, Trex 522, is actually got back to me, and I think he's slowing down. He's going to hide in my smoke. While, yep, he definitely is. While I keep spotting and keep up the fire on this Koenig. Now the Koenig got quite a good shot in there and shaved off about 2,000 hit points. So that's good. Right, I switched targets to the Independence here, which was a bit. It's a little bit naughty, really, but I was trying to kill secure because obviously I didn't want him just putting the fire out and staying alive, but someone else seemed to get that kill, so I'm going to switch my fire back to the Koenig and keep up the fire. I'm going to switch. I had AP loaded for the aircraft carrier there because obviously I wanted to get some Citadel hits because they're really badly low armoured, so I can get them. And there's the Ognivoy. And this is where you excel. Close range DD fights. Now, if the Ognivoy had stayed at 9 to 10 kilometre range and shot at me, I would have struggled to hit him. But because he's closing the distance, my guns are now getting more accurate, and I've got a faster rate of fire. And well, he's not even looking at me, but look at the amount of damage I'm doing to him. You know what I mean? He is playing this Ognivoy wrong. He needs to stay at long range. He needs to get them guns firing, because his firing arcs are a million times better than mine at long range. But can we get the kill? It's looking good. Come on. Yep, that was a good shot. Come on, come on, come on. Ah, someone else is going to get... And yes, I think we got him. Yep, we got him. Excellent. I think the fire killed him, and the Koenig's down too. And that's this phalanx clear. That was quite a hectic 5 minutes, wasn't it? Right, okay, let's assess it. We've got 2, 4, 6, 8 ships left, and they've only got 4, but they've got 3 battleships, and I think they've got the T-22 destroyer, all heading south between the 2 islands towards our aircraft carrier, and I think it's a New York battleship over there. So basically, we need to get our bum over there as quick as we can. Anyway, peeps, I'm going to skip this bit because it takes me forever to get over there, even with speed boost activated, and you don't really want to watch me sailing across the whole length of the map, do you? So I'll see you in a second. Now, what I planned to do here was basically head towards the island that you can see dead in front of us, and try and stay concealed so the Fuso doesn't know I'm coming, and try and get a torpedo run on him, because as you've seen, I haven't actually launched a torpedo yet in this replay, but I've managed to get 23,822 damage, 2 kills and 3 fires set just with the guns. So you can see the power of the guns, but now if you know how to play this DD and be sneaky, you can see the power of the torpedoes. So as we're lining up, I'm trying to stay concealed as much as I possibly can, and now I'm in detection range. I've not been detected yet, and I am now in torpedo range, and I launch both sets of torpedoes at the Fuso, and I open up with the guns. I'm getting not too bad damage with the guns at the moment, but as he's already got fires on him, I think I maybe should have switched to armour piercing here, but yeah, heat at the moment, and I almost get taken out by torpedoes from my friendly Hatsuharu. Thank you for that. Grazed the paint. And the torpedoes are looking good. And kill number 3. Fantastic. And you can see the power of these torpedoes. They may be short range, but they're quite quick for American torpedoes. And that's how you want to do it. You want to be sneaky. You want to hide behind islands. Use the islands to conceal you. Pop out and drop your torpedoes. Right, so they have 3 ships left. I believe they have a Congo, 2 Congos, should I say, sorry, and a T-22. I'm going to let the T-22 mess around down in the south for a bit, because at the end of the day, he's not too much of an issue for me, and we've got a few ships over here, so I think he'll be fine. What I'm going to do is try and set up another torpedo run on this Congo. So I'm going to hug this island quite close and see if I can pop out without him spotting me and launch some torpedoes around the left side of that little island in front of us. But I should have slowed down a little bit, and he spots me for a split second. But my torpedoes are up, so I'm going to launch 1 set on the marker and another set just to the left of the marker, just in case he pulls away, and see what happens. And oh, up pops another Congo at 6 kilometres, and he's just fired his guns, so he's got a 30-second reload. So yeah, I'm going to just pop some shots over the island at him, and I'm going to rotate round, and I'm going to start firing on the Congo. But this Congo here, I think it's Nita-Q, I think knows how to sailor a bit better than some, because he decided to turn away. But what I have done is made him turn broadside on to the battleships to my rear. So hopefully some people will get some shots on them. Right, and as you can see, it looks like the other Congo, Le Baramen, or something, I can't pronounce that, is going to push through this gap. So what I'm doing now is slowing down. I'm not going to fire, I'm going to drop off detection, and I'm just going to sit and wait and lay a trap. And I'm waiting for my torpedoes to reload, but as you can see, look, I'm not moving, I'm not doing anything, I'm not having to engage, I'm just being sneaky. Now, I was spotted for a second, and if he was paying attention to the min-map, he would have known I'm here, but I'm just waiting. Alright, so I'm edging forward slightly so I don't get spotted. He has dropped off, but I remember where the marker was, so I'm going to launch these torpedoes blind. I'm going to launch 1 straight at the edge of the island, 1 just to the left to make sure, and then I'm going to accelerate forward so I'm not spotted, and hopefully these torpedoes are going to be good. Right, come on. He doesn't know I'm here, you see, and these are looking fantastic. He's got 37,000 hit points, and yes, kill number 4, and a devastating strike to boot. So there you go. There is the power of the Farragut. Sneaky. Hide behind the islands. You're going to get torpedo runs on dumb battleships that don't pay attention to the map. Right, so we got 4 kills now, 73,751 damage, and now I'm going to engage the Congo and see if I can get my Kraken. But as you can see, it is very, very hard to hit a moving target at range with these guns, because look at the shell arcs. They're going into space and then falling down, so you have to lead considerably more. But I'm managing to get some hits, but I'm not doing a lot of damage, unfortunately. But come on. I've actually arranged in now, so the shots are looking good. Once you get the range and the battleships or the ship decides to sail straight, you can actually hit them, but you have to have so much lead. And it's at 4,000. Come on, 2,042, and yes, Kraken unleashed. So there you go, peeps. Not a bad result in the old Farragut. I did 74,501 damage. I managed to sink 5 ships from my Kraken. Alright, 2 of them were, lucky I suppose, but it's still a Kraken. I managed to set 5 fires and hit 6 torpedoes. I managed to make 246,000 credits with 4,104 experience. I managed to finish first on my team with 1,368 base XP, and I'd like to say well done to the Königsberg and the Rajo too. They did pretty well in this game. I managed to do 23,636 damage with my main batteries, 22,000 of that being high explosive and only 693 armour piercing, but I also managed to do 44,807 damage with the torpedoes, and I managed to get 6,058 damage with fires. And what this shows you, this is a jack of all trades ship. It's good with the torpedoes, good with the guns. It doesn't excel in any one area. And also walked away with 191,890 credits. Anyway people, that was my how to Farragut video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe to see more how to videos, and I will catch you in the next one.